Apparently.
Hang on now. I'm okay.
All right. Welcome, everyone, to Get This Rugby Podcast with the great Chew. How are you, mate? Get this.
Very good.
A big week.
Very good.
Well, it's been a busy but quiet week, would you say?
Getting over last week's been in some respects, I'm glad I'm not a coach, but because there's a lot of questions to be asked.
Fucking it's a what?
Yeah.
So, but anyway, so we're into it, and we got, as I said, we got the Wallabies on next week. So we might talk about that more next week, maybe. But I think later on, we'll just touch on the squad. There's a few queries I've got, like what they're going to do. So we'll have to have a look. We'll do that later. Let's talk about last week first, Pete. Let's go to. So we had Eastwood play Randwick. Randwick won 22-7. So it was a solid win.
I've got to say, though, before we even talk about some of the games, a lot of them shouldn't have probably been played.
Yeah.
It was that wet. Like, I don't think we got a true indication of a lot of games. And Eastwood and Randwick, I think we spoke about it before the game. Randwick was a better team, probably should win, and was pretty much a struggle all day because it was horrible conditions. Eastwood had a go, and we're this time of year, after the way they've been going, we expect that.
Yeah. Yeah, it was just like you said, the whole round was marred by the weather. TG was probably one of the better grounds, which is not saying much.
Yeah.
And Randwick just seemed to do enough. I think they scored a couple of tries in the first half, a try in the second. And Eastwood scored a late try when it was all over.
What was the final score there, Greg?
22-7.
That's right, yeah. I just think that was when a top-of-the-table team took care of business. Like,
yeah. And you know what?
It wasn't pretty, and you know what? But they took care of business, and they got away with a win, and that's all I had to do. And good luck to Eastwood. Look, I think they competed in a lot of areas in that game, and I think they're on the upward thing, you know.
Definitely, yeah, they're definitely on the improvement. They're a young side, so. But one thing I wanted to talk about with that one, Pete, was they talk about that we don't have quality players. Yet you look at Andrew Deegan, who plays 10 for Randwick. Like, he's one of the best 10s going around, but they don't look at him because he's 29 years old.
Mate, look, what about Houston, their number 8?
Yeah.
If him and Deegan aren't good enough to be playing at another level, I guarantee you they'll get contracts overseas because people will see how good they are. And and it's not only them, you know. And I just think Randwick looked pretty good in that game in trying conditions against a team that's really biting at everyone's heels, I reckon. And and they got away with it, and good luck to them.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. So in the end, I guess they just had to get that done, and they did. So they're safely in the 6. So the next game was the North Sydney Oval Swamp, mate, with Gordon beating North 11-5.
Oh my goodness! Look, I've been going to North Sydney Oval for a very long time, and I think that's the worst I've ever seen it. Like, just with water on the surface, and I was so surprised when I actually saw they were playing, because a couple of years ago, that would have been called off for sure.
Yeah.
No doubt about it. And why it went like it actually got played, I'd like to know why. Because they hold that ground so sacred, and all of a sudden, it's got 2 inches of water all over the frigging thing, and they let them play. What's going on here? Because it's not only that game. There's a couple of other games this week or last week that, even when I was playing, probably would have been called off.
But I think it was every game.
It's not a true indication of the teams. Like when you're playing in, a couple of inches of water, and
yeah.
I've been really surprised by Sydney Rugby over the last couple of weeks, letting games go ahead. But anyway, if you want to get on to the North Gordon game, let's go.
Yeah, I thought Gordon sort of did enough again. North, I thought, played reasonably well. But, yeah, it wasn't, as I said, the weather was the problem, and it's a shame. Like, we could have seen a really good game in the dry weather between those two.
Yeah.
In the end, I think, Pete, Gordon's defence won the game.
Their defence was really good, but look, man, North's had enough ball in that game to win it, and they had no direction, no fuck. I'm telling you, I've seen the team sheets for this week, and they've still got the number 10 playing there. And if someone can tell me he's playing well, I'll listen to you. But I think he's holding them back at the moment because he's really, mate. There's no go forward with North. Like once it gets to 10's ant, it's all over. And he's no look passes and all this sort of stuff. And their defence is usually pretty good, but I just think Gordon just played that no frills game they played, which I spoke about the week before. And you know what? It works.
Yeah. So they did. They just did enough. Like, they got out to an early lead and 8-0 and kind of sat on it for a long time. And yeah, like you say, North had a host of chances, like on the Gordon line.
Yep.
And just took wrong choices, went the wrong way. Yeah, but like you say, the 10, he just gets the ball at the moment and just passes. He doesn't run it to the line. His kicking's poor. I mean, I don't want
to. He looks like he's shitting himself. Like, I don't even know the kid or anything, but he looks like he's terrified. And I'm sure he's not, but
I don't want it to seem like we're picking on the bloke, Pete, but he's just lost his confidence. If he could get his confidence back, they could probably win it.
Yeah, well, you know what? I think a spell in second grade would probably do him good, and then come back because he played so well last year, and he looked so confident and everything. And at the moment, he looks like he's lost the plot. And I think I mentioned to you last week. If I was him, I know he's in the team this week, but I'd be keen to move 12 to 10, and maybe doing something there if they haven't got nothing behind him. But who are North playing this week? They're playing South. They're back to South Day.
So South won't roll.
if he thinks his life's going to get any easier this week, it isn't.
No.
It
So
isn't.
they're on the precipice now. Like if they lose another game, they could be out of the top 6. So yeah.
They're one win ahead of Para, and East was up their ring. So actually, North have won one game out of the last 5, right?
Yep.
That's
and
not good.
One game and a draw or something in 6 weeks or something.
Yeah.
So it's been a bad run.
Mate, and when I saw their team this week, the coach must have had a real good talk to him because he's not depending on changing anyone. It's like
it's a hard one too, because like that would be an interesting thing because he's a young coach that hasn't really gone through this with that club yet.
No,
that's a test for him.
They've had no adversity.
Because he's had an easy run. He's had like a grand final. He's had a prelim final. He's had a dream run in 3 years. This is his first tough test.
And you know what? He's probably never had to drop anyone.
No. And that's probably
it's only guys coming back from injury or representative activities. You know what? He's getting found out now because I'm telling you, that kid at 5'8" should have been dropped fucking 4 weeks ago. And now, you know what? And now he'd probably be good.
Yeah.
I think it's you know what? I think you're hitting a nail on the head. The coach has enough experience to know how to drop blokes. Because you know what? A lot of these new age coaches, it's like everyone's your friend, and yeah, right. Of course they are, but someone's got to make a call, and I think at North the calls come too late here, and I really like North, and I've got a lot of time for them, and I think they're in a bit of trouble at the moment.
Yeah, the only positive for them this week is that big Hugh Sinclair coming back in, who was at the Waratahs. So that'll be that should lift him up a bit because he's a good leader. But I'll tell you what, the South won't roll over, so we'll talk about that one later anyway.
And it's back to South Day, and I'm telling you, I wish I was playing tomorrow. I'll guarantee you North won't win.
With Gordon, Pete, we're still on the bandwagon. Like they just look good to me.
Hey?
Gordon just still look like a top 2, top 3 team to me.
See, we've just been talking shit about North. How good are Gordon? And we got to give them some credit. They're probably the most consistent team in the whole competition.
Yeah.
They're coming second by, a couple of points. And every time I look at them, every time I see who they're matched up against, I think they're winners. Like, they're like the businessmen, like the workers, like I think Gordon are the business.
Yeah, and I think if they make, say it's a Ringa Gordon grand final, I'm probably backing Gordon purely on their work rate.
Mm.
And they've got they seem to have a lot of hunger. The coach is doing really well, and I can't find a flaw in them really.
Well, like how Ringa's sort of a bit up and down, although they keep winning and God love them, they do. Gordon seemed to me, they remind me a bit of the old Para teams where you just got business done every week. And And guess what? We're at the top of the table or thereabouts because we just do no frills shit, but we do everything good. And I think at the moment, Gordon will do everything good.
Yeah, no, they did, and they had a new 13 play last week. James Armstrong looked really good player. He looks like so. I don't know much about him, but we'll learn. Anyway, that was that game. What about we'll move over another swamp game, the Uni and Two Blues, with Two Blues winning 30-25. But the score was deceptive because they led 30-14 or something at one point. So.
I'll let you start on this, Greg.
Yeah, I think, again, this game was marred by the weather. It was bloody water on the field. No, they don't have any drainage at Uni, as you were saying last week.
Now, how can you build a new ground? Like, someone's got to look into the contracts of Build Corp and everything, like, because they probably did it. The old ground used to drain better than that. And anyway, go on.
Yeah, and I thought, like, Para did well in the way that they didn't throw too much, like, didn't throw the ball around that much. They kept it reasonably tight, but they played well. They kicked well. Like, even at the start of the game, they took 3 penalty goals. And that was smart just to start off. And really, 30-15 with 10 minutes to go. Uni get a couple of cheap late tries. To me, never deserved to win the game.
No, well, I'm telling you, Uni are gone.
Yeah.
They're gone, and there has to be some question marks around the coaching because
has to be.
I know Uni, and I don't think the way they're playing and what they're doing is up to the scratch that they expect the coach to be doing. I don't know. Have you got any information on whether he's on a longer contract?
Well, I'm told he only has a 1-year contract, mate. So
yeah, well, I'd be surprised if that lasts to the end of this year, because with the talent they got and the resources they got, and they got 3 really good Colts teams coming through. Would you leave that bloke in control of that? I wouldn't. And it looks to me, when I watch Uni play, they're in a bit of disarray, and because you know what, their forward pack, they've got some really good players, really good players, and I just think they look a bit lost. And anyway, I don't like to feel sorry for Uni in any way, because what they've done to Western Sydney rugby and pinching players and over the years and what they've done. But you know what? They're still a good rugby organisation, and I don't like seeing them go bad. And at the moment, I'm seeing them go bad.
Yeah, I think they deserve better than what they've got. Like, and the thing is, like, he's picked another new 10. He's had like four 10s this year. Why does he keep blaming the 10 for when they're losing? There's got to be more going on than the 10. It just doesn't make sense.
Well, it's like questioning fucking Charles Manson or something. Like, why did you, I don't know why they make those decisions. And the guy a couple of weeks ago I thought played okay. To me, they look like they're in a bit of disarray, like on the field. Like their captain, the guy's playing 8. He probably should be playing 7.
McCalman, yeah.
Yeah. He's having a front ref all the time, and like, and I can see the frustration in him and the other players that there's something not right there at the moment. And I think I know where it is, but you can work it out yourself.
Yeah. So they've got to go to Rat Park this week, so it's not going to get any here. That's probably going to be the death knell of their season, I think.
Well, hang on, they've won 3 fucking games.
Yeah, with all the bonus.
like what round are we at? 12.
12.
You ain't making the semis.
They got 14 bonus points, which is just ridiculous.
Yeah, well, something's got to happen about that shit, man.
It's a joke. Yeah, it's a laugh. But on the flip side of there, Pete, we keep saying they're struggling, but the two Blues just keep stepping up when we think they're not going to step up. So I think that was a big win for them.
Mate, like I was watching the game and I'm thinking they just kept coming, and it reminded me of a lot of para teams when we weren't going that good, playing against really good uni teams. And we keep coming, but the other team was just a bit better, and they get us. And occasionally, and same when I was at South, and we got them a few times. And you know what? Para got on that day. And because I don't think especially with the structure they've got, let's say, I don't think they're prepared for that. The way they play and the way they're coached, they need someone who's going to say, this is how they're going to. I think the poor uni base weren't quite informed about how that day was going to go.
Yeah, that's right. And you know what? You look at, we were talking before about the Norse 10, like the fact that he won't run the ball, but have a look at the Para 10, that Reece Suisui. I mean, he runs the ball every chance he gets.
Mate, I'm telling you, him and a halfback are got to be two of the best players in the comp at the moment.
Yeah, but definitely the best 9 and 10.
Oh, mate, I'll tell you, they look, they might have defended the best, they might have make the best decisions, but when there's an opportunity, they go. Like, you know, and you know what? It puts that, like, that means you got to tackle them. And Uni couldn't tackle them. Like, as simple as that.
And their last try, the last try they scored, their halfback, he ran 40 metres up the middle of the field when most blokes were giving it up, and he scored the try.
I'm telling you, the uni pack isn't that bad.
No.
Their backs are terrible.
Yeah, they are.
And forget about tackling, just normal shit. But I'm telling you, if you can't tackle and you're playing 10, 12, 13, or you'll go somewhere else, go and play netball. You know?
Yeah, you've got to put it in. You've got to have a go. And the thing about it now with Para, they've kind of set themselves up, because if they can win, they play Hunter this week. If they can win that, they're on the edge of the 6. So all of a sudden they put themselves back in the mix, especially if North keep faltering.
Yeah, I can't see North going as bad again, but remember I told you one team might fall out, and it's going to be at Eastern Para who probably, because I think officially right now I'm declaring Uni gone.
Yeah.
And I think Hunter, and they got the easiest draw in the comp.
Yeah, and I think Hunter can't make it either, so they're too far down now. So
how's this? When I say the easiest draw in the comp, because they're playing the bottom teams twice, every bottom team now thinks they're a crack at beating Uni.
Well, that's what I mean. We say they had the easiest draw, but South beat them, and now 2 Blues have beat them.
Yep.
West probably should have beat them.
And you know what? Whoever they play next, they're going to think, fuck, and we're going to beat them. And,
Yeah, that's right. Right.
yeah.
Yeah, so anyway, we'll see what happens this week. We'll move over to another game that was bloody nearly a swamp was Rat Park, Warringah 24, West Harbour 12.
Actually, when I was watching that, Greg, I think that is possibly the wettest I've ever seen Rat Park.
Yeah.
And I've been around a while, and it was like a fuckers on sand anyway, but it had water on it.
Yeah.
That shows you how much rain it fell. But look, West were never going to win that game, you know.
They did play better, but yeah, it was still like you felt like Warringah had enough, like across the park. But still, I know it's been wet, but I still don't feel like Warringah's playing their best. Are they tapering off, Pete? I don't know.
Well, all that it's a long season, right? And we're just past halfway, and that early shit, you know, like winning 6 games in a row, you know, like you're on top of the comp after 8 rounds. I think they got a bit of a fucking wear off a bit, and they're going to come back to a little bit, and it's going to be down to like injuries and benches and stuff from here on in. You know, like that's how you got to manage your season. And look, hopefully, I think they'll be okay, but. The last 3 or 4 weeks, there's been some signs, hasn't there?
Yeah, I wouldn't say really bad, but they just seem a bit flat recently. I don't know, maybe. Yeah, and they'd want to beat Uni. They'd be desperate to beat Uni, I reckon, given the recent history.
Yeah.
But yeah, West had nearly a new team in there, and they did play a bit better, but still wasn't enough. So.
Well, I just feel sorry for the guys at West that they've got a lame duck coach. They don't know where they're going next year. Like West guys, they're playing in limbo at the moment.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I guess the only positive last week was Dion was back in, so that I think he needs to play if he can. Yeah, but I noticed, yeah, they lost James Favour to play for Tonga, so that's a bit of a blow for this week. But
because he played well the other week, but you know, every week from now on, West are just like a team in limbo.
Yeah.
And so the only place they're going to finish is last, and if someone in management there doesn't do something about it, like they've got to do something. So the ex-coach is going this week, right?
Yeah, he's supposed to start next week with the Brumbies.
Who's coaching him?
Well, I'd say Gatto will take over, I suppose. But yeah, I don't know, mate. Well, Parksy's still there apparently. So
Yeah, well, he's not Winston Churchill, you know. And I play with a man, I love him and everything, but it's not up to Parksy to fucking resurrect the fucking deck carcass, you know. And
no, well, they're going to finish last though, and that's hard too. Like you got 7 rounds to go, and you're sitting on the bottom. You know you're going to finish last. It's got to be hard mentally as well.
Yeah, and the thing is, what I didn't like about it was the way they got there. Most of this season, every fucking game, they looked like they were in disarray. Like they didn't look like they were coached. They couldn't win a line out. They couldn't fucking do a move. They couldn't fucking. They had no structure of play. They looked like they were fucking rudderless. And you know what? Then the coach fucks off. Well,
yeah, it's bloody.
I'm telling you, I'm not happy with what happens at West. Like, because I'm from the western suburbs, and I want to see West be good. And man, I'm telling you. And then the bloke jumps ship like fair dinkum. Am I wrong?
Wasn't a good look, mate. Wasn't a good look. Anyway, well, there wasn't really much to say out of that game. Warringah were just, I don't know, they did enough.
Too good.
What about the bloody Manly Oval, mate? You talk about fields in bad condition. God,
mate, I like in the 20 years I played, and even longer in like Colts and shit, I would never have got on that. They would have called that game off every time.
Yeah,
like every time.
It was a mud pit, mud, water, like.
Why are they playing these games like that? Can someone tell me?
Do you know the funny thing about it too? Like by the middle of the second half, you couldn't make the two teams, couldn't determine who was in what team.
It was ridiculous. But what I'm getting at is they used to call games off all the time when it was too wet. How come all of a sudden they're just letting them go?
Yeah, I asked a question.
Can someone from Sydney Rugby or someone give us a clarification on this?
Yeah. I wonder whether the TV's got something to do with it, mate. I don't know.
I'm telling you, there was no people there. Fucking.
No, they're all home in bed, mate, tucked up.
But you can't play in that much water. It
you know
just
what?
makes the game ridiculous.
And you know what? If I was Newcastle, I'd be quite angry because that was a game they pretty much needed to win, and to be able to have to run out in that crap, I just think someone needs to lose their job over that because that wasn't good enough.
Exactly, Greg, and I agree with you. And look, I've played a Manly Oval when it's been really, really wet, but nothing like that. And that made rugby just a lottery. And I think someone at Sydney Rugby, whoever runs this comp, has to answer for this. Because that ground uni was terrible. Even Warringah, like it's just.
Would you have ever played on that field like that in your whole career?
That wet? No.
Yeah. No, I wouldn't. But I played out in Bathurst, one of the wettest places in the state, and never played in the field like that.
That was when it was pretty hard to close the ground when I played.
Yeah.
If it was like that, they just would have gone. They would have called it off the night before and gone, "Oh man, it's too what? Fuck this," you know. And you know what? And you work it out later. Is the problem is they can't work it out later?
No, I don't know what the problem is. Like, I don't know whether they don't want to play midweek games or what.
Sydney Rugby just can't handle having a problem. You know, like.
Yeah, well, I've had my say this week about it, and it's not good enough.
Okay.
Like, that was just ridiculous. Like, I'm not even focus on the fact that Manly won the game. Good luck to them, but I mean, but all the points were scored in the first half. The second half just became a joke.
Yeah, mate, it's just terrible.
Mate, when you got a referee moving a scrum 10 metres across field because it's too wet to pack where it is, that's ridiculous.
Yeah.
And why wasn't the referee calling it off?
Mate, anyway, look, I don't know, like, it makes rugby a joke, I reckon. Like, you know what? they either got to go get your fields in order, and so they drain and do stuff, or look what South did. They put it off a day, and the ground's perfect. Maybe other grounds have got to fucking do that too, you know. Like,
well, South's the only one that have done it. So
yeah.
But anyway, so we moved on. Manly won that 24-3. I mean, as I said, I think they scored all their tries in the first half. So second half was just a joke. And Manly, will they stay in the top four? Good luck to them, I suppose. But yeah, the game wasn't. It was unwatchable, really. So let's move on to the last game, mate. It was a game you said South moved it to Sunday, and East ended up winning 40-31.
Yeah.
But to be fair, there was just a couple of late tries for South. East always had control, I think.
Yeah, probably. I think East came out with this rock star attitude, just throwing the ball around and doing stuff. And if they think that's going to work against good sides, look out. East were always a better team, and they're probably always going to win. But South put them under a bit of pressure, I thought, and that's a good thing.
Yeah, South were in the game in the first half, and I think East sort of scored, I think it was 3 or 4 tries in a row and sort of blew the game open. Well, they had started well. They were 21-0, so that pretty much set it up, didn't it? So.
Yeah, well, it's pretty hard from there.
But I tell you, something me and you talked about the other day, and you know what? This is not. I'm not having a go at the East Club with this, but some of their players want to have a good look at themselves, running in and carrying on and mouthing off like idiots. I mean,
mate,
you know,
for sure.
like it didn't play in our era.
They're like almost every game this year, and that was another example. They're carrying on like absolutely fucking CSs and bitches, and if I'll tell you, it'll go against them eventually, and it's like, apart from their front rowers, who are like, the rest of them, man, there's a lot to be fucking desired, you know? And if I was coaching them, I'd be telling them to fucking ease up on all this bullshit they carry on with every day.
Yeah, just play the game. That's what we want.
And because you know what? I think it's at the stage in rugby now where if some SAB runs in and is yelling and carrying on and you knock him out, I'm the one who gets, even though he might, it's like you can't win. And I think these people who carry on with all this crap know that, you know, and you know what? Why does rugby have to fucking be like that? You know, like with people running in and yelling and screaming and fucking jigging up, like from a scrum fucking penalty or something, you know?
Wow.
Like, grow up, you know? Like, get the fuck back on the fucking wing, you know? Like,
I mean, you got a scrum penalty and the fullbacks running in and start tapping blokes in the ass. I mean, what's that about? Get back to your position and piss off.
Mate, I'm telling you, if I'd got a scrum penalty and Shane Bigneris had run in off the wing when I was playing for Para, I'd have fucking slapped him in the fucking head. Like, you get the fuck out of here. It's not your fucking business, ridiculous. You know? But, like, I'm telling you, East are looking like this, although I think they're a really good team and I think they're going really good, they want to get all this shit out of their game because it's pissing everyone off, and I've heard that from a lot of people.
Yeah, there's a lot of talk about it around the traps. And anyway, so that was the round, mate. So the ladder didn't really change. So Warringah's still on top. East second, Manly, Gordon, Randwick, North. So as I said, Norths are only 5 points in front of Two Blues, and six in front of Eastwood. So it's still tight. But I tell you what, we get on to this week, mate. We got some big games.
Yeah.
Why don't we start with the biggest one to start with, the Eastern Randwick at Wallara Oval? That's going to be a hell of a derby.
Yeah. And, man, I'm telling you, if they're in Randwick, blokes can find a car park anywhere near that ground, like they'll have it fucking rigged up so they can't. And
they'll probably all catch Ubers, mate, or something.
Actually, if Randwick is smart, and I know Horsey, they'll probably get a bus there. But anyway,
so
what do you reckon?
Well, I noticed East are having like some big day celebrating their last premiership, which is a bit of a stretch when it was 1969. But anyway, I was just having a look at the two teams. Remember that Jack Grant, that little halfback?
Yep.
He's playing this week. Will
mate,
Harris.
His mate Jimmy Grant's his son. Yeah.
Yeah, that's right. And Bowen's there. They look pretty strong East this week. Archie Gavin at 7, Will Harris 8. But again, Randwick looks strong as well. Probably the best team they've had for a while. Yeah, mate. Mate, this sort of game for me, I just tip Randwick because I think their experience from last year. I know it's going to be a local derby, but can East step up when it matters? That's my query.
Yeah, I agree with you. I think a Randwick team, they're starting to come good, and they got some blokes back. Like realistically, last year, this time of year, they put East away, and I just think Randwick will be too good for them. I can't see any area where Randwick is weak compared to them.
No.
So,
and that was I forgot what I was going to say this then. You look at blokes like Ben Houston, has just had big seasons again. I mean, they just look good across the park to me. They've got a good forward pack. So that bloke who plays tight head for Randwick, Hunter Stewart, he's only 21 and he's already a good player. So
yeah, he is. Yeah.
He's developing well.
I'll tell you who I like from East, but the guy who was playing, he's like a big long-headed blonde fucker. He's a little bit chubby. He'd been playing there all year, and then he got demoted last week, and then because the other guys came back and he came back again, and he came on in the second half. You know the guy I'm talking about?
Yeah, I think I know who you're talking about. Yeah. Oh, for East you're talking about?
For East, yeah.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, you're talking about that Lowry, isn't it? Ryan Lowry.
Is that what his name is?
Yeah,
he's a white kid with he's kind of chubby.
Yeah, Lowry. Yeah, Ryan.
Well, you know what?
Ryan
I fucking
Lowry.
reckon he goes all right. And he got dropped because some of the Super 15 or whatever they call it play came back. I'm telling you, he's a good fucking football player, right? And I like him. And lose a few pounds, I reckon. If I got hold of him, I could make him a fucking machine. But anyway.
Yeah. So this is what I'm saying. This is a game for East. If they really think they can win the comp, they got to win this game.
Sure they do. Because you know what? Randwick's going to think we're going to beat you, and fucking that's it. And I I know what they'll be thinking. And
Because you know what I've seen.
I'm telling you, this game is going to have even as only round 12, they're not going to meet again until the semis, probably.
Yeah.
Right? This is going to mean a lot.
Yeah, it's going to be full. It's going to be a big day. It's going to be, mate, flash news breaking. They reckon it's not going to rain tomorrow. Can you believe?
Yes.
I don't know if it'll be dry, but at least it won't be raining. But
there you go for.
Yeah, I'm picking Randwick here. But I know he's.
Hang on, Greg. Before you go on, one thing Randwick have got over, or not over East, but every other team, when you go and play East, no one's played on carpet, right?
Yeah.
They train on carpet at Latham Oval every night.
That's right, yeah.
So they know what it's like. So I don't think it's that big an advantage for East, and I'm going Randwick.
Yeah, I think too, yeah.
Well,
and the thing of what I've seen the last 2 weeks, Pete, is Randwick's defence come back strong like last year.
Yeah. And I think that's a problem that East have got. They a couple of soft tries here and there. And anyway, all right, next.
So next we're going to another big game, really. Chatswood Oval, Gordon and Manly. So you got, what's that, 3 versus 4? No, yeah, 3 versus 4, so.
Mate, this is a big game. I think it's probably bigger than the game we just talked about.
It's got more, you're probably right, because like if you say that East might lose, well, then the winner of this probably goes to second.
And you know what? Remember, I've been telling you for a few weeks going, I think Manly's okay. Okay, they lost the game, but they played okay, and I think they're still okay. Like, it's not like, man, but Gordon are quite achievers, What do you reckon?
Yeah, I think it's going to be a real close game. I'll probably favour Gordon at home, just. But, yeah, Manly have definitely, well, they won't be going there and rolling over, mate. I think they'll be having a real crack at this game.
Mm.
Two teams, again, that don't really like each other. But I notice, again, Aaron Blacklock's not starting, so I don't know whether I don't know, he's becoming a bench specialist or something. Maybe he's a fresh reserve these days. I don't
know. It's at Chatswood, right?
Yeah.
I'm going Gordon.
Yeah, I just think the forward packs probably cancel themselves out. The backs probably a little bit better for Gordon, I think. Hopefully Chatswood Oval's dried out a bit. Well, they didn't play there last week, did they? So that'll help.
No, they didn't. No.
So, yeah, I think Gordon. I think they've just got their forward pack's really impressive, and they've got a good bench too, Pete.
Yeah, man,
they can bring blokes on that are good too.
Right at the moment, like if I had to pick someone to win the comp, I'd say Gordon, because they just do everything right. Like I know, like they're okay, I reckon.
And the thing is, like, you got to remember, they only won the comp in 2020, so they got half that team would have been in that grand final easily. And
I think the club culture is sort of the same, like how you win is how it's all structured from the top to the bottom, and I think they're going okay. So
yeah, well, I'm not. As I said, I'm not writing Manly off completely. Like, it wouldn't surprise me if they did win.
Same as me. think Manly are really good, and just on a day, I think Gordon might get him at home.
Yeah, I mean, look at what I'm loving in this game, Pete, is going to be the two captains like that Milan Basson for Gordon, number 8, big tough player, and a Hunter Ward for Manly. Two really good players.
Exactly. Yeah. But probably two blokes who could play rep football tomorrow.
Yeah, that's right. Well, yeah. Yeah.
Anyway,
so we're picking that. So you're saying Gordon as well?
Yep.
So we're off to Foreshore next. South playing North.
Back to South State.
Back to North might be a bit nervous here. Oh.
Well, I'll tell you who should be fucking nervous is Norse.
Yeah, that's right.
Because I know those dudes are going to come out at 100 miles an hour, and whether they can last the whole game on, I probably don't think so. But I tell you what, there's a couple of blokes on that Norse team who need to fucking step up, because Norse have won one game in, what is it, 5 or 6 weeks?
6 weeks, one game and a draw.
Yeah, it ain't good for one of the best finance, populate. They're supposed to be up there, and I like them. They're a great organisation, and I've got a lot of love for them. But I've got to tell you, for 6 weeks, I'm looking at like a team. They're in trouble. What do you reckon, Greg?
Yeah, I agree with everything you said. And I mean, I'm not going to tip them, but I've just smelled an upset. I really smell an upset in this game.
I'll tell you, if I was playing, it would be an upset. Like, we would win. South would win. Like, there's no way North would be beating us here, mate.
But I'll tell you what, if South are going to win this game, you know what they've got to do? Big Jed Holloway's got to have a go this week. I thought last week he was missing in action.
Mate, I think I messaged you during that game, and like, is he playing this week?
Yeah, playing at 8 again.
Or just the ghost of him? Like why wouldn't a bloke fair dinkum? It didn't look like he even wanted to have a fucking anything to do with it last week. What's he picking up fucking $1,000 a week to do fucking nothing? Like, how about you fucking have a go? That's why you're not in the fucking Australian squad.
Yeah, well, that's right. And he needs to.
I dig it, bloke, but fair dinkum. If you come back to your club, come back and fucking show something.
Yeah, that's all right.
Motherfucker, Oh, sorry.
Don't worry about it. So what do you reckon? You're tipping North or you're tipping upset?
I'm tipping North. How's that?
Yeah, me too.
I'm going to be anyway.
But
Back to
I
South
think
State.
if South,
I'm only ticking with North because they're so much better, and I'm expecting that. Well, I'm telling one thing I'm going to say: if North lose tomorrow, they won't make the semis. They're gone. Their season's finished. So if North don't win tomorrow, they're gone.
Yeah, not sure whether I agree with
absolutely gone.
Yeah, well, it'll be heading that way, won't it? Definitely. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
So I'm going North just for that reason.
I just want to say, like, if the North's 10, Jude Gibbs, if you listen to this, we don't hate you, but mate, just get the ball and run it.
Mate,
get your confidence back.
Play like he used to play.
That's right.
He looks like he's shitting himself. And these no-look passes and just fucking do normal fucking stuff. And kick the ball out and kick the ball through the posts. Fucking
That would be
That's
a good
what
start.
you're paid to do. You know, like, oh my goodness.
That's it, mate. Well, what about, okay, so we'll leave that. We're tipping North there, but South, I think we'll have a real crack.
Who are you going for?
I'm going for North, but I smell an upset. I don't know about that one.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, what about another good game tomorrow? Out of Granville, Para playing Hunter Wildfires. So
Is AT playing?
not named.
No, he's playing for
I'm not sure.
like Samoa or something, isn't he?
Yeah, might have gone to Samoa, yeah. But this is like last chance saloon for Hunter. If they don't win here, they're toast. I think they're nearly toast already, but this would be like last chance. But yeah, I'll be tipping 2 Blues in this game, mate. After the last couple of weeks,
Well,
I think, yeah.
The way they've been playing, would it be sensible for me to pick Newcastle?
No, not really. Like when you look at the team list,
I think these two teams are very equal.
Yeah.
Like the way they go around and but I think there's one team that's got more interest in winning than the other one. Would you agree?
Yeah, and 2 Blues are, I think, 10 points better team at home. They've proved that this year. They're very good at home. To be honest, when they played Warringah at home last time, it was only like a 10-minute lapse after half time that cost them the game. They were in the game all the way.
So it seems to me, Newcastle, when they play away, it's okay to be close and come away like, oh, yeah, we had it. We nearly won. I think that's the attitude there. And if someone from Newcastle can fucking tell me I'm wrong, but that's what it looks like whenever time I fucking watch this play. And because I was expecting so more out of Newcastle this year. And I thought they'd be so much better. And you know what? He's a fair dinkum, he's come down and beat Power. But you know what? I'm going for Power.
Yeah, I'll be picking 2 Blues. Hunter, but they have to win this game. If they hold any hopes of finals, they have to win this. But I don't think they can. I don't think they can beat them at home.
And Greg, there's got to be some fucking rumblings in Newcastle about what's going on
there. Yeah, there is. There is, but yeah. Won't say too much. Won't say too much yet.
No, because we need to go to Newcastle and have a fucking real good day.
Yeah, we got to go up there. I don't know when we're going to get there. We'll have to get there soon, I reckon. So let's move on to Rat Park, mate. What about Warringah and Sydney Uni? So we've already talked about it a bit, but geez, Uni are pretty much gone, I think. But Warringah will be looking to improve their form.
Well, they need to, and they haven't been playing well. Uni haven't been playing well, and I think this being maybe a 20 or 30 blowout to Warringah.
Yeah, I think they might look to make a statement here. You got to remember the 2018 grand final where they got beaten by 40. That hasn't been forgotten. The only blow that I learned about this week, Pete, was that Tyson Davis, their good 12, apparently could be out for a few weeks. So that's a bit of a blow for him. But Ben Maher's starting at fullback this week, which is good.
Oh, good. Yeah.
They need him. Yeah, their team looks strong. Borsak starting. That They got the best 7 in the comp, probably, that Barnabas. Yeah, one bloke, I don't know if you've noticed him this year, but I know he used to play for him when they won the comp and that. But that big Scotsman, Sam Thompson, he is still a good player, isn't he?
Yeah, for sure.
Big unit.
You don't lose not being a good player, you know. And having good players is sensational. And tell me about the uni team.
Well, it's pretty much. Well, he's made a few changes. Like he's put this Joey Fowler at 10. I don't know him really at all. The forward pack.
Forward pack's the same.
He's changed the front row a bit. Like he's got Hugh Bell at hooker. I don't know him either. Yeah, he changed the second rows, but the back row's the same.
So how many changes have you made in the forward pack?
Maybe I think look like 3 changes.
Yeah.
He's picked a new lock and 2 props.
Sounds like a coach in trouble.
Well, and you know what? He hasn't done that this year. He's pretty much stuck solid with most of the players. So this is the first week I've noticed that. So he knows he's in, mate. I mean, even if they win this game, are they still toast, Pete? I don't know.
You fucking oath they're toast.
They've got to be.
Like, if there's not meetings around uni at the moment talking about this, I've never played in Sydney rugby, but I know a uni are like. And,
there's definitely rumblings I'm hearing. But you know
what?
What?
There's three good grades of Colts coming through, right?
Yeah.
Are they going to let him loose on them, or someone else?
Yeah, I don't know. Well,
that's the question.
They don't accept failure, mate. That's the problem with. That's the thing with uni. They don't. He won't be there next year. I'm telling you, because they don't accept it. I don't think he will not be there next year. I honestly believe that.
See, we don't have to bag him or do anything. We just got to look at the record this year. They've won 3 fucking games.
Well, what a weekend. We know he doesn't like it.
They won 3 games with some of the best resources. No, I'm not going to say some of the best resources in Sydney, and coach hasn't gone very good.
No, that's right. So we're both tipping the Rats, are we?
How sad.
I'm tipping the Rats by 20.
Yeah, I'll be on you.
Yeah. We're agreeing too much this week, mate. We'll have to be careful.
Next game.
So the last game is Concord Oval, West Harbour and Eastwood. That's another interesting game. Eastwood are favourites, but West have a bad habit of beating Eastwood, right? And that's been going on for bloody 10 years, I reckon.
Yeah, in both rounds usually. I know.
Yeah, so Eastwood have to win to.
West have already beaten Eastwood in the first round.
That's right. They beat them. That's the only win they've had. Oh, and 2 wins, I think. No, 1 win. They only win they've had.
Was that they had 1 or 2?
Didn't they beat? Oh no, South beat West, didn't they? I was thinking they beat West. No, they've only beaten Eastwood. That was in earlier in the year. Yeah.
South won 2. I think they beat 1.
Yeah. So, I mean, I look at Eastwood's team looks pretty good this week. Ratu's at 6, our friend.
Look, that poor kid. He should never have been put in the positions he was put, and he wasn't a 7, and fucking the coaches made him do stuff he couldn't fucking do, and man, if I was a coach at Eastwood now, I'd have him on the bench and just use him as some sort of missile for fucking 10 minutes, you know. But anyway, keep going.
And get this, Pete. This is what I don't understand. See if you can make sense of this. Tane Edmed has gone to play in the MPC in New Zealand. Why?
Because his club won't pay him nothing.
Well, maybe, I don't know. I can't see how that helps him. Like he didn't make the Wallaby squad. So how does going New Zealand going to help him become a better?
No,
I don't know.
He's better off kicking ass here, where
That's what I
people
think.
can see you.
He probably won't even get a game over there. They'll probably play off the bench or something.
Mate, geez, some cunts make some bad decisions about it.
Yeah, I just don't, and that affects Eastwood too because he was probably the reason they beat Uni with his goal kicking. Yeah. So, but what do you think about this game? Like, Westcott and Dion's starting at 9.
He's back.
Yeah, he's they got pretty much the same team as last week, so they won't make it easy. But do we almost pick West in this game? I don't know, mate. Hard to do.
The fucking Eastwood team, like Eastwood, just you just say it to me, and I know there's deficiencies, like, but the West team, it's at Concord, right?
Yeah.
Fuck it, I'm going West.
I'll tip Eastwood, but only with no confidence. I'll tell you.
You homo.
No confidence there.
Well, talk about no confidence. Fucking, like, if I was playing for West, I'd be confident, but I'm not,
Yeah, the other thing that makes me nervous, that little fast guy, he's not in the team this week. So
Hey?
I don't know why he's not in the team. Maybe he got injured.
Is he playing second grade?
I don't know. He's not in first grade.
He's the best fucking player.
He's the fastest player by a country mile. Yeah, and I don't know. But yeah, I think.
Mate, there's no way he couldn't be in first grade.
Well, that's what you think so, eh? Well, that pretty much wraps up the week. I think it's going to be a good round of footy, mate.
Cool.
What are we thinking about doing? Like I was tossed up whether to go to Chatswood Oval or I don't know what you think. Maybe we can talk in the morning.
I was supposed to go. It's back to South State tomorrow, but it's just the logistics of the matter are fucking too hard. And they're playing North there, but I'm open to other opportunities.
Yeah, I even toyed with the idea of going over to Granville, but I don't know. I think I might decide in the morning. See how we go.
Oh, give me a ring in the morning.
Yeah. So what I thought let's bring us to the end, mate. What we might run this past you in front of everyone. I thought we might do an extra podcast next week and maybe talk about the Wallaby test.
Yeah, for fucking sure.
And we can sort of go over it in depth and maybe have a look at the squad.
Yeah.
Hopefully I'll name the team by Thursday or Wednesday or Thursday. So I just touching on that, I was interested to the new coach. Like I know he's a Kiwi again, but he's saying don't expect miracles. Well, I think that's pretty obvious, isn't it?
Well, just fucking do your job and pick the right fucking players and do stuff, like fair thing. Like,
you know what I would be doing, Pete? He's got 38 players in that squad. Pick the 15 blokes that you think's going to go in there and play their absolute hardest. That's all I'd do. I wouldn't worry about the result too much.
And you know what? There's nothing wrong with that. And then pick fucking 10 reserves.
They're playing Georgia, so then they've got a bit of that's good in a way too, because obviously they're going to win that game, and the Wales will be a bit harder than the other two. But anyway, we can talk about it during next week.
Yeah, for sure, man. I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, it'd be good to Good to watch a bit of Test rugby. It's been a while.
Yeah.
All right, mate. Well, you have a good night and
All right. Look at this.
get this podcast. Get these hands, mate. That's what you should be saying. Don't forget everyone to like and subscribe our page. We've been getting some good feedback online, mate, so that's been good.
Have we?
And someone sent me a message last week and said, geez, Stu didn't pull any punches this week. I said, yeah, well, we're getting a bit harsher on people, I think, as the year goes on. Can't be nice guys, mate, forever.
That's it.
All right, mate. We'll have a good night and we'll see everyone next week.
It is.
Yeah, this. All right.
All right. See you later.
Yeah, mate.